What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. It's your boy Kings and Dreams. I'm glad that y'all are here with me, man. We're going to get right into it, man. We're going to get it going, man. Get this thing on and popping.
Damn, Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday again. This is Kings and Dreams, man. I appreciate all of y'all rocking out with me, man. For real, for real. I hope all of y'all had a great weekend as we approach this holiday, and hope that everyone is being safe and everyone's loved ones are safe. You know, typically around this time, we have a lot of people going through a lot of things. family and things like that, man. So my thoughts and prayers are with you all, for real. Make sure that you all are staying safe. Make sure that you're being healthy and taking care of each other, man. All right. So, with that being said, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. So, there's been this back and forth, of course, that's been going on for a time when it comes to brothers of the passport community, passport ilk. People can say passport bro, blue book gentleman, traveler, whatever the case is. We all kind of fall under this one umbrella, right? So you think about it like with hip hop, you got drill rap, you got mumble rap, you got battle rap, you got conscious rap, but it all falls under the umbrella of hip hop. Like, even with R&B, like you got R&B, neo soul, so on and so forth, right? And I think that everyone kind of gets the drift of where I'm getting at. So my point is this. Throughout the back and forth when it comes to the woman saying that they don't care about the passport bros traveling overseas and they're dating or marrying, different women and things of that sort, right? There's always this back and forth. And I saw this clip from my brother Andre Love Crossing Borders. And one of the things that he mentioned, a big thing that he mentioned, was has any one of the passport bro ilk lied to you? Whether again, blue book gentleman, traveler, whatever the case is, we haven't lied to modern women. When the question has been asked, why do some brothers travel abroad? Yes, I would say for the most part, you do have men that are traveling to be in relationships or date, with women because they're tired of the modern woman behavior, right? So that is the truth. And so people don't like to hear the truth. It's unfortunate, but we got to keep it real. Anyone that's been in this space, the travel space, has said the truth, right? And so I'm going to get to this video and I'm gonna get this thing started, man. I'm gonna jump right into it. A couple of quick shout outs, really quick before I start the video. My man M3 Knowledge and Relationships, salute. Definitely make sure y'all check out Knowledge and Relationship channel. Definitely got a great channel. Shout out to one of my moderators, Charles Jones. My dude says, yo, right back at you, bro. Bronze, yes, man. Flat Power God, man. What's going on, man? Kings fam, salute, my G, salute, salute, salute. All right. Let's see here. Oh man, where's Men's Lux magazine? Kings, and salute to the chat. Yes, absolutely. All right. So we're gonna get to this video, and let me just share my screen. I'm not gonna waste too much of you guys' time. All right. So this video is from my brother Andre Love Crossing Borders, and you guys see the title. All right, so let's get this thing started.
One of the complaints that men and women in the States have regarding the passport bro movement is not that we're just taking our resources and going to other countries. I noticed one of the top outlets or top complaints that they have about what we're doing is that you guys are putting down or talking about black women. You're degrading the queens. You're talking about the women so much. You could just leave. Why do you have to talk about black women? And for a while, I fell off into this. And I know some of you guys were like, you know what, I'm just not going to say anything too much about the sisters because I know they're going to think that we're leaving and we're just backbiting the sisters. Until I realized, you're right. And they're right. We are talking about the sisters. We are talking about the behavior pattern of modern women and many sisters in the States. Sisters who are watching, you dang right. We are talking about you. But
man, you know what? Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, specifically, in this context, he was saying the sisters, but I would say modern women in general, like the modern behavior, right? Like guys will say, hey, man, get your passport, man. Like these women out here acting up. These women out here acting up, right? And so now he's specifying someone, to black women. And yeah, definitely. Like sisters, you kind of are one of the you probably are top of the food chain. Westernized woman, whether you are in the UK or the United States, yes, y'all are at the top of that food chain. Absolutely. All right, let's continue.
I noticed one thing. Y'all know I'm analytical. I noticed one thing. They say men in the United States are saying you talk too much about the black woman.
A lot of y'all passport bros, y'all think y'all done struck gold. And I understand why. And I hear your complaints and all that other stuff. You know, y'all ain't able to get certain women in the United States because you feel like their price is too high. And I ain't talking about, prostitution. I'm talking about the women in America, they are getting to the point where they want more. They tired of settling for the bare minimum. And a lot of men are having a problem with that. They got an issue with a woman deciding, you know what, I'm going to stop being a fool for these men and not getting what I deserve.
Women in the United
Hold on. I got to attack that point. See, the problem is that it's not a problem for women to have anyone to have their options. I believe that anyone should have their options. You have the right to ask for what you want, right? Does that mean that you're going to get that? No, it doesn't. But you do have the right to ask for what you want. If you think that that's what you deserve, then that's what you deserve. No one can help that. We live in reality though. So if you think that you deserve for someone not to take you to the Cheesecake Factory and you decide to film it on your phone to try to clown someone when you are really the clown, when you're past your prime, you're in your 40s, already got 2 kids. And again, this has nothing to do with women having kids and anything like that. What I'm saying is that most men, for what they want and the cooperation from a woman, and they want to have families of their own, most men do. But you can't sit up here and say you don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory and you want to say that you can film this and emasculate men when guys can go different countries in the world and take a woman out for ice cream or maybe some dessert or whatever the case is and not have to spend the amount of money it costs to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Now, if anyone has gone to the Cheesecake Factory and you're paying for 2 people, you're going to be spending about $100+ and that, it doesn't matter how well off you are. If you're really money conscious about money, you're going to have a problem with that. You really are, for the most part. And if I'm going to spend that money, I'm going to want some sort of cooperation and not all of this disrespect. All right, let's continue.
States say, passport bros, expat, blue book gentlemen, all you ex-military dudes, you're talking too much about the black woman or women in the United States. You're putting us down. But the one thing I noticed that we hadn't done, I noticed this. No one has ever accused the passport bro, the blue book gentleman, the passport cartel, expats, you travelers, explorers. Notice, no one has ever accused any of us of lying on black women.
Nope, I'm going to stop right there too. So really quick, no one has ever accused anyone in this umbrella of lying about women, black woman, any woman in general. No one has ever accused about lying. Now you hear, oh, it's bashing and things of that sort. And people need to look up the definition of bashing, because if you're talking about someone in an aggressive manner, but it's true, that's not bashing. Like what women would say, like, oh, I hate Kevin Samuels because Kevin Samuels will say all these things about women or whatever, and people, some women thought that Kevin's delivery was harsh. But was he lying though? That's the thing. It may have been harsh, but was he lying? Because we could say all of these things or whatever the case is, but the true meaning of bashing is saying falsehoods about someone, saying things that aren't the truth. What have men been saying? Whether manosphere, travel sphere, whatever. To me, I think it's all wrapped up in one, because it's men congregating with different ideas and things of that sort to help each other be better. The thing about it is that we are saying what is the truth, and as Dre said, he's an analytical guy. So am I. Stats matter. Now, there's always some outliers and things of that sort. A dead clock can be right twice a day. But what happens when you put that clock on? It's going to go around clockwise. So, come on, man. What are we talking about? All right, let's continue. I see some of y'all in the chat, man, so I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute, but I want to get through some more of this video.
They can say we talk about them, we put them. No one has ever come out with one YouTube video, one TikTok video, one Instagram reel and said the Passport Bros, what they're saying is a lie. They're just saying, don't say it. The behavior patterns of women in the United States, they never said that it was a lie when we talk about it. They never said what Kevin Samuels was saying. In the words of Obsidian, St. Kevin. No one ever said that Kevin Samuels is a liar. They said we just don't like his presentation. So when it comes to all you content creators, if you feel like doing content about the behavior patterns of women, including Black women in the United States, dang it, you go ahead and do your content, brother. If you are a sister or a white woman that's doing content and it just so happens to point towards women of color, do your content.
Let me just say this. As a Black woman who has experienced a lot with Black men, who will always, strive to be with a Black man, we do not care if y'all go out of the country to find y'all a wife who is traditional.
I don't think that she's being quite honest here, because if these ladies really wouldn't care about what men are doing outside of the country, why they are even their passport to leave the U.S., there would not be so many videos on the internet where you actually have American women talking trash about women from other countries, calling them names and judging them, and they wouldn't judge men or shame men, insult men for actually trying to do better for themselves. So what's the problem? Just admit that you are mad and we will all be cool.
Wow. Okay. I got to play that back. Because this is exactly what I'm saying. If you truly don't care, why are you shaming? You're going to TikTok, you're going to Instagram, you're going all over social media, and then you trying to make fun of all of these passport dudes and all this thing, right? You know what I mean? Saying that you don't care. And then I remember there was one time where like you had women trying to go at women in Asia, whether it be Philippines, Thailand, and all that other stuff, right? And they saying, oh, you going to all these third world countries, quote unquote, third world countries. That's another thing y'all got fucked up. These countries, some of these countries that you see guys really going to, like a lot of them are second world countries. Like Brazil is a big one where guys go to, and Brazil is a second world country on its way to be a first world country. But anyway, I digress. Let me focus on what's going on here. The point is that if you really have no care in the world, why are you going back and forth with men saying that they're going overseas and why they're going overseas? That's the thing. You want to fight, but you don't realize that, listen, you got to do better. That's just what it is. And I'm going to rewind it back to what this woman is saying, because she's dropping some gems here. I'm gonna rewind that whole thing back.
Woman who has experienced a lot with Black men, who will always, strive to be with a Black man. We do not care if y'all go out of the country to find y'all a wife who is traditional.
I don't think that she's being quite honest here, because if these ladies really wouldn't care about what men are doing outside of the country, why they are even their passport to leave the US, there would not be so many videos on the internet where you actually have American women talking trash about women from other countries, calling them names and judging them, and they wouldn't judge men or shame men, insult men for actually trying to do better for themselves. So what's the problem? Just admit that you are mad and we will all be cool. You know, we are even willing to teach you ladies how to do it better. But first of all, you have to let go of your ego.
Oh, uh-oh. Let go of your ego. Accountability alert. Accountability alert. Accountability alert. Y'all know how that go, fellas. Y'all know how that go. They allergic to that accountability. You know, that shit like kryptonite. That shit like kryptonite, man. They allergic to that. Exactly what she said. Let go of your ego. As Kevin Samuels would say, put your you know what up. Pause, you know, from New York. You know, we know, but y'all know what I'm saying. On some serious thing, man. You know, take, you know, like if you really don't care and you know that these women are out competing you, why don't you try to learn to do better? You don't want to do better because you think that you are better. And what does that equal? That equals ego. Equals ego, man. It's crazy. She is dropping gems here.
First step. Instead of acting all emotional, these ladies could really sit down and just think about, wait a minute, what am I doing wrong that other women are doing right? But that is one of the issues right here. These women don't think that they are doing anything that's wrong. They are always right. They don't have no flaws. They don't have no, errors that they need to correct, because it's always everybody else's fault.
Because at the end of the day, no one has ever accused any of us of lying on the Black woman. Everything that we've said has been true. You don't cook. You don't iron your clothes. You don't iron my clothes. You don't clean like you used to.
Why don't the women want to cook and clean for the men anymore?
Because they're tired, bro. They have to go to work every day. That's not hard.
They're tired?
Yeah, they got to go to work every day, just like you.
What are they tired of?
Of working. It's not hard. I mean, I shouldn't even be like, I don't even understand the question. Like, they're tired. Aren't you tired when you get home from work?
They're working every day, so they're tired. That's why I don't want to cook or clean.
Yeah. You think I want to work 8 hours and then come home and then cook and clean? I mean, I do it because I have to. I have 5 children. But yeah, I mean.
Do you have a woman right now?
What's that?
Do you have a woman right now?
I've been married for over 20 years.
Okay. Does your wife work?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the roles in a marriage?
What are you talking about, roles? Everybody does what they have to do.
Well, okay, what do you do? What does she do?
For a living?
No, in the house for the marriage. What do you guys do? What are your roles?
Role? I don't understand the question. She does what needs to be done that day if she has time to do it, and if she doesn't, I do it. I do what needs to be done that day, and if I don't have time to do it, she does it. With roles,
All right. So this guy's talking out of his ass, man. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna just rip the band-aid off. This guy's talking out of his ass. You always have to have some sort of structure, no matter what relationship you're in, working relationship or whatever the case is. You know, there's a boss who delegates to a person. That person may be a boss, delegates and all that, right? There's always a chain of command. So there's always some sort of structure. Now, I understand if he says, hey, you know what, like, my wife's primary responsibility is supposed to be to cook and clean, but, you know, some days she's not able to do it. So, you know, I take that up. Or there may be some days or whatever where, like, he says that he's supposed to take out the trash. Maybe he forgot or whatever the case is, and she took out the trash. But the thing is that there's some structure in place, right? There's always some structure in place. No matter what you do in life, there's always some sort of structure in place. Things may break down and you may have to make some adjustments, but there's always some sort of structure. So him asking like, oh, I don't know what you mean. Like, what the fuck you don't mean? You've been married 20 years, dog, and you don't understand the question. You know that there's roles. What are you supposed to do? What is she supposed to do? Okay, I get it. Things may get messed up. We're human. But come on now. There's things that you do on a daily basis for the most part, and there's things that she does on a daily basis. Don't try to come with that bullshit. Anyone who I know who's married, I speak to people who are married all the time. There's always some sort of role or structure that they have in place. Because if you don't have any structure in place, what does that say about you, especially as the man? Let's continue.
How do you not know what roles are in a marriage? You're married for 20 years. You guys don't have any roles?
Exist. Because those don't exist. Like, I'm not white. I'm not a white Christian man.
What are you talking about? I'm not white. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, because you're trying to live up to like some white supremacist ideal of the
what are you talking
family.
about?
I don't subscribe.
Nobody said nothing about no supremacy.
Teamwork makes the dream work, friend. We a team. Ain't no roles.
What do you mean there ain't no roles?
It's not that hard to understand. You said, why do women not want to cook and clean? They're tired. They have to go to work.
Okay.
I answered that question.
Okay.
You said, what are your roles? I said, we're a team.
If there's something that needs to be built in the house, who builds it? You or your wife?
Depends on what it is.
What do you mean depends on what it is?
Like if it's a toy for the kids, you know what I'm saying? My wife's better at putting stickers on, so she builds it. But if we're talking about
that's not building nothing, man.
Yo, see, and you got guys like this who also contribute to the fuckery of the modern woman, Western woman behavior. Like he's saying, okay, if something needs to be built, like who's gonna build it? I'm gonna my wife could help build toys. A fucking toy? Yo, dude was talking about a cabinet, a table, a necessity. A toy is not a necessity. What are we talking about here? Man, listen. This guy is such a clown.
I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Stickers on something? You've lost it.
It's still a task. But my wife's an interior designer, so she can build anything.
I ain't got time for no foolishness.
You got an attitude about everything. You believe that every man should be making $100,000 a year. And I just read an article that $100,000 ain't nothing because at the end of the day,
over half of Americans earning a six-figure salary report that they're actually living paycheck to paycheck. So that brings me to this really interesting statistic that more and more people who make at least $100K a year say they're living paycheck to paycheck. And, this has been a number that has been a percentage that's been ticking up, I think, since the summer. I think it was in the 30s in the summer. Now it's much higher than that in terms of percentage of people saying that. A lot of people are going to hear you make $100,000. I don't get it. How is it possible that you can make that amount of money and still live paycheck to paycheck?
It's interesting. We see this across the board. I mean, look, almost 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And we are seeing that really when it comes to lower and middle income Americans, those rates are staying fairly stable. Where we're seeing a lot of the increase right now is among those who are higher earning in Americans.
The average woman only makes $42,000 a year, but you want a man to make $100,000 a year. You want the average man to be 6 feet. But there's only 14% of us in the world that are 6 feet. So why are you lying to yourself about that? You want him to take care of you. You want him to be a stepdad, a sad dude, a boy toy, all these things that we're saying. It might not be what you want to hear, ladies. But at the end of the day, you cannot accuse the passport bros, the blue book gentlemen, the expats of ever lying on you, sisters.
I just realized I had myself on mute. My bad. But all right. So what I was saying is this, like, we as men have to make sure that we're taking care of all of the bills and all of these things, and we ask for cooperation, and then it's like, oh, you're misogynistic, and oh, you're controlling, and all of these things, right? But it's like, come on, man, like, what are we doing? We want what is best for ourselves as men, and you ladies, I'm not going to say all, but there is a good amount of women in the West that just seem to be angry when we ask for cooperation and all of this pushback. And it's like, y'all ladies don't know how to act like ladies because you're too busy trying to act like men. And men, for the men outside of the alphabet community, don't want to be dating men. All right, let me get to some people in the chat, man. Let me give a couple of shout outs here, man. I appreciate all of y'all rocking with me. Shout out to my man Art of Will for the $5 cash app, man. Hey, get them super chats and them cash apps up, man. You know, support your boys, support the channel. I appreciate you. So make sure that y'all show me that y'all appreciate me. Let's see here. My man Mark Daniels. Definitely make sure that y'all check out his channel. Mark says, one of the reasons I travel is because I want to see women wearing nice clothes, having beautiful hair, makeup, and something besides flip-flops or tennis shoes, pajamas, the same old gray sweatpants. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like you go abroad, right? And even if you go into like the market or something like that, you have women like they actually like care what they look like when they go outside. You know what I mean? And see, like me, like I grew, growing up in the hood, man. Like you would see chicks in flip flops. You would see the bonnets, the rollers in the hair. You know what I mean? Sweatpants or whatever. Like literally roll out of bed and just go to the store. And for years not really realizing, when I was young, and as I got older, and the more like I started like traveling and things like that, I started noticing like, man, like the women in the States, and not just sisters, like just women all races, like in the States, like, yo, y'all just come out of bed and just don't give a fuck. And it's like, damn. Let's see. Uncle Dre always looking clean. Absolutely. Shout out to Dre. Oh, Sir Yeetus is in the building. Their price is too high. It's called Hoflation. Absolutely. Okay, just shouting out Yeetus. Let's see here. Why does the hardworking man got to deal with the Western woman who brags about hot girl summer and a ton of baggage? Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay, now watching. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I'm a black veteran. Man, thank you for your service, brother. Of course, I knew that, but I always say that. Believe me, I loved it overseas and was treated amazing by the woman. I believe that too, man. Black woman celebrated Kevin Samuel's death, and that's all we needed to know. Yes, absolutely. And I was gonna get to that too. They're tired. I still gotta cook and clean my place, single or not. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, that's the thing. Like my ex, she's a nurse. She would work 10, 12 hours, come home, cook a full meal, and I'm not talking like no instant potatoes and shit like that. Like she was cooking from scratch. And she would do that like no problem, and she did that. She wanted to make me happy. Like, and that's the thing, man. Like, I don't want to keep going off no, fuck it. Listen, that's the thing. Like people need to realize, especially in the West, like the men are just so at the bottom of the totem pole for women. Because, like, man, so many men will give women like their last dollar, but women in the West don't give a fuck about that. They don't. And again, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying the majority. The majority don't, and it's crazy. Ivy Marie, beta male chat. They're going overseas to be with TS girls. See, Ivy, and thank you for your comment, because you just prove why men are going abroad due to the fact that your behavior is disingenuous. Now, maybe there are some men who do that, but I know some men, I know some men who may not be in, who may be a part of the alphabet community. Hey, go ahead and do your thing. I'm talking about heterosexual men who want to be in relationships and or marriage or dating women who are cooperative. So, and this is why men are pushing the eject button. This is why men are pushing the eject button. So thank you for proving my point. Let's see here. Mark Daniels comes again. If a man has 5 kids, he should work and bring home enough money so that she can stay home and raise the kids. That career in itself is for a woman. I agree. I agree. And the fact that like the dude was dancing around the subject, oh, what do you mean by gender roles and all? I'm like, come on, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about? Pookie Simps and German tourists contribute to the buffoonery. Yes, absolutely, man. Oh, okay. I got a couple of more super chats. All right, let me jump to those. My man Calvin King. Let's see here. Your best bet is to walk away from them. That's your true power when a woman doesn't cooperate and follow your lead. Hold on. Okay, let me read that again. I said that kind of wrong. All right, your best bet is to walk away from them. That your true power when a woman doesn't cooperate and follow your lead. No, I agree with that. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I got you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I got you. Thank you so much. Men have to be good spiritual leaders in the home. Yes, I agree with that. Of course. You have to be good spiritual leaders. Like if you're not a good spiritual leader, then things aren't going to work, Absolutely. I completely agree with that. Yes, I realized I was on mute. My bad. Yes. Yes, I know. Shout out to my man Ronan Travels. Salute. I definitely appreciate you. Salute Kings and Dreams. Let's see here. Bert Ross. Salute. Good evening, everyone. All right, let me get back to the video here. Almost done.
And all you brothers that co-sign, like, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing about my sisters, my queens, my ladies back home, the queens of the universe. Damn that. Step to me when you hear me lie on you, sisters. Step to me when you hear one brother of the passport bro movement, what he just said was a lie. Y'all ain't got an attitude. Is that a lie? Oh, it's not? Okay. Y'all only make $42,000 a year on average. That's okay. That's the truth, right? Okay. 2/3 of all college debt is black women. That's not a lie either. So when we said that was truthful. Black women hold most of the credit card debts that's coming down the turnpike. Oh, that's true too? Oh, okay. 80% of your kids are out of wedlock. You just busted nuts and you're only having babies by a small pool of guys, statistically. Oh, that's true. Oh, we didn't lie about that. We didn't lie either about that. So everything the passport bro brothers have been saying is absolutely the truth. Is that what you're saying, my sisters? But you don't like the tone of it. And then brothers don't like the fact that you're saying it. They just want you to just leave and don't say nothing. But when we tried that and we were quiet, every other female on TikTok had something to say. Passport bro movement was a quiet movement where nobody bothering nobody. We wasn't saying nothing to nobody. Getting our passports, finding a country, and going about our business. All the expats, all you retirees, ex-military, pension holders, social security holders, you just got your passport, you found your country, and you just left. We've been doing it for years, since World War II.
Now let me just jump in here really quick, Dre. The thing is, man, what made the movement erupt was after the late great Kevin Samuels passed away, and guys was so frustrated with modern women's behavior. As you can see with Ivy Marie, trying to shame and saying guys is going over there for TS or whatever the case is. Like, that's a bunch of BS, but whatever. But see, we got to deal with that. Then, so you got bad attitude, bad credit, uncooperative, and then by the time you want to get with us, you're well past your prime, and men want to have children, and it's like, yo, so we got to deal with your debt, we got to deal with your attitude. This is, listen, nah, we could go somewhere where we could keep our $100,000. Our $100,000 will make it seem like we got $500,000 in some of these countries, or even higher, right? We got better cooperation, healthier food, opportunity to build credit and sustain that credit. So what are we talking about here? My pushback, and I'll just segue a little bit before I continue. My pushbacks, not just with the women, but when some of the guys say like, oh, you can find a good woman here, and yes, of course. But why have to spend all of this time looking for a needle through a haystack of needles when you have an opportunity where your chances go somewhere else? If anyone has ever played a bet, whether you gamble on sports or whether you went to a casino or whatever the case is, you want to bet the smartest play. That's what you want to bet on. You want to bet on the smartest play. So if I am the type of guy and I say, hey, I want to get into a relationship within a matter of, a year, right? A year or so. And everywhere where I'm going, I'm meeting women at the gym, I'm meeting women at the grocery stores, I'm meeting women, out and about, not bars, nightclubs, places, during the day and things like that, right? And so I go to all these places, and I'm talking about the United States here for context, and then throughout this year, I go out, let's say maybe on 15 dates. Five of them ghost me for whatever reason. So let's call those foodie calls. The other five, I find out that they got some lost boyfriend or whatever, you know what I mean? So like I'm on a rotation, right? And then the other five, they either got kids, they divorced. Long story short, what I'm saying is, out of all of these women, there's some sort of manufacturing defect. There's some sort of defect, whether it be bad credit, whether it be children, or whatever the case is. It has gotten that bad. Ladies, I understand this stings, but y'all need to wake the fuck up and really see what's going on. This is really bad. I could break down that scenario of what I just did so many other ways, so many different times, but I ain't got all night. What I am saying is this thing is really fucking bad. Let's see what the Art of Will has to say. They lack balance like Nino Brown's flat top. Will is crazy. Oh man, thank you so much, Mark, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, bro. Salute to the panel in the chat. Oh no, man, I'm just recapping this video, man. It's all good, man. Shout out to my man OW. Make sure y'all check out his channel too, man. My man Los is in the building. See, all right, if you could see this picture, right? It's Los and his beautiful Colombian wife, lives in Cartagena, from the south, from Tennessee or Florida. I know you lived in Florida before you went to Colombia. But see right there, this is an example of a brother who went down, actually got stuck in Colombia during the pandemic, but made it happen. You know what I mean? Been living out there for over 3 years, doing his thing, found his beautiful wife, he's good. Doesn't have to deal with the modern woman bullshit. You know what I mean? Doesn't have to deal with that. Salute to you, Los. Definitely make sure y'all check out the channel. And he also has information on crypto and things like that, man. So support the king. I appreciate that, Mark. But yeah, definitely make sure y'all check out Los. Also, subscribe to OW, man. All right, so let me get back into this video. I appreciate all y'all rocking out with me. Let's keep them super chats and them cash apps going, man. Support your boy, man.
Now all of a sudden, ladies wanted to put their 2 cents in on TikTok. And we responded with truth. Don't you ever let nobody in the United States that you are leaving make you feel guilty of anything that you are saying and anything that you are doing. Speak your piece as you are walking out the door, as you are walking up that ramp or walking down that ramp on that plane. Say your piece. If they don't like how you say it, they ain't gonna never like how you say it. Abraham Lincoln said it best. You can make some of these fools happy some of the time, but I be danged if you can make all these fools happy all of the time. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Women already understand why the hell we living. From Taraji all the way down to the average everyday woman that's a nurse in the neighborhood. They already know. If we have said nothing like we were before, they know why the hell we leaving. They already know. Dr. Umar, all the brothers that support them, all them brothers that's on the Lapeef Network and all those other panel shows that laugh and mock, all those Christian brothers that laugh and mock. They know when the cameras go off, they know why the hell we leaving. They know why we leaving. When you got to go to a gas station and make life decisions like my man Cat Williams said, gas prices ain't going down that far. Groceries are still high. They ain't as high as they were at one point in time, but they're still high as can be. If you don't have investments and you just making regular dollars, your money means nothing.
I did it again. I caught myself. Y'all guys don't need to tell me. Yes, I'm muted. I caught myself. But yeah, no, absolutely right. Like, going to the gas station and making life decisions, man. Gas is high, man. Gas is high. I mean, it's not as high as it was like a few months ago, but still, there was some life decisions that had to be made for some people, especially for people who live on the West Coast, man. Like, gas was like $10 a gallon. $10 a gallon in California. $10 a gallon. That's crazy. There were people who were selling their cars and riding their bicycles. They were riding their bicycles. Hey, Will, I know you're in the West Coast, man. I know in the West Coast, like, where gas was high, you got to tell me people was actually riding their motherfucking bicycle. Like, they was like, nah, I'm not taking this car out. Like, I'm riding my bike to work or wherever I gotta go. It was that bad. Like, you want to buy, like, you drive your car for convenience and get to wherever you got to get to, and you can't even pay to put gas in it because gas is so expensive. That's just crazy, man. That's crazy. And then another thing, you got you got you got groceries and stuff like that. Like, groceries are still high. Groceries are still high, man. Like, especially like if you looking for like organic stuff, and man, don't even talk about like Whole Foods and all that, man. I'm telling you, all of that stuff is expensive. It's expensive. And you can see from earlier, right? It says that people who make, some people in six figures are living paycheck to paycheck. And if you don't have multiple streams of income, yes, like if you just have your job that you are going to and just going back home, I'm telling you, man, unless you're like a huge CEO and you're making like over $250,000 or man, listen, you need to make sure that you have some other source of income. I mean, multiple streams of income, man. Like at least bare minimum, like 5. And I mean that with all sincerity. You really need to have a lot of streams of income, man. It's rough out here. It's rough.
It's sad in the United States. I'll say it. It's sad in our country, 'tis of thee, that economically we got two gangs politically, the Republicans and the Democrats, the red and the blues. Do you think that the Crips and the Bloods invented red and blue? Hell no. The original red and blue was the Democrats and the Republicans going back and forth at it. And now they used to be able to work together, but now they have drawn a line in the sand and you can't get anything done politically. From the grassroots level in your neighborhood and your community, all the way up into the White House and in Congress. But they want you to ignore that. They want to ignore that reason why we're leaving. They want to ignore the reasons that the fact that the US dollar is so strong in other countries and you can go to Bali or Thailand or Vietnam and enjoy yourself with the same US dollar. They want to deny that. They want you to stay in the United States buying Gucci and Fendi and Jordans and all that other BS.
I think most people would say yes. Good morning, guys. It seems to be a new part of our holiday tradition. People whipping out their smartphones and cameras to grab footage of all that Black Friday chaos this year. No exception, with brawls, bullet holes, even a stun gun, all captured on video as America's biggest shopping day once again came with a violent side. Black Friday bedlam once again took over America's malls and department stores. Perhaps the most alarming is this footage from inside a Philadelphia mall, where two women began brawling at 2:30 in the morning, one eventually pulling out a taser. You can hear the crackle of the stun gun. And watch as the sparks fly. And check out this brawl from inside a Texas Walmart as two women battle for a TV set. Police eventually throwing one woman to the floor and cuffing her. The situation also came to blows in this parking lot of a California Walmart. Security expert J.R. Roberts says stores taking extra steps to lure in big crowds are not always taking extra steps for security.
A lot of the retailers who've convinced people they will get one-in-a-lifetime deals. And so they have to get there. And as a consequence, we see a lot of chaos.
But with Black Friday shopping numbers on the rise, videos showing off chaos now seem as customary as the turkey dinner.
Okay, since Jordans is all that, how many of y'all has been in another country other than when you went to the thrift area where they got like the knockoff Jordans that look like Jordans and the Yeezys that kind of like look like Yeezys? Other than that, I'm not talking about like in Thailand. How many of y'all like on purpose went out there and you went and got you at least 2 pair of Jordans? Unless you in Thailand or in Vietnam to where they got those little flea markets like that, you ain't buying that bull that they got in the States like you were buying it in the States. How many of y'all have bought a pair of LeBrons in another country outside of a thrift store where you went right into that Foot Locker in China, that Foot Locker in Japan? You went right to the Foot Locker in Colombia and you bought you a pair of Jordans or LeBrons or Kobe's. None of us? Or a couple of us? You know why we don't buy that? Because once you leave the United States, we realize wasting our money on that bullshit that we thought we needed to impress people in the United States, we no longer need. Tonight is water night. Drink your water, gentlemen. Drink your water. Make sure you click.
Now, you guys saw the whole thing about Black Friday, one in Philadelphia, one in Texas, another one in California. Got women fighting over TVs. They fighting over that 4K. Hey, man, you know, they need that LG. They need that, man, what was the brand that used to be like everyone was going crazy for back in the day? Toshiba. Remember Toshiba back in the day? Oh man, you had Toshiba. Everybody was on that thing, bro. Yeah, so they going crazy. One chick actually bought out a taser. She bought out a taser. She said, "Oh no, man." She said, "Nah, man, I need that." She said, "I need my 4K TV. I need my 4K TV." Or she need that the new iPhone sale or whatever. What is it called? Like iPhone 15, iPhone 16, whatever. You know what I mean? She need all that. All I'm saying is that, man, like, you got the ridiculousness of and these modern women just going crazy. Just going crazy, man. Why am I saying all of this, man? I'm saying all of this because the truth has been said. Whether or not you ladies like to hear it, we as men are pragmatic and we deal with the truth. You look at all of these daytime talk shows, right? You have The View. You had Oprah at one point. You had Sally Jesse Raphael. You had Ricky Lake. You had man, I could go on and on, man. You know. But the thing is that when we try to tell y'all the truth and try to hold y'all accountable, y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to clap back. Oh, these dudes is going over there messing with TS people. These guys is going over there and y'all trying to bring these chicks back. These chicks only messing with y'all because they want a green card, not really realizing that the chicks want to stay in their country. And why the hell would we want to bring them over there when gas was $10 a gallon at one point? Hell nah, no thank you. You can dance all around the topic, and that's cool. But the truth of the matter is that more and more men are starting to wake up and are starting to understand what's going on and assert themselves. You look at Stephen A. Smith from ESPN. I know a lot of you guys know who Stephen A. Smith is. Like him, hate him, indifferent, but he has a show on YouTube where he's being direct and he's talking about, these social issues when it comes to interrelationship dynamics. Of course, his, focal point is always going to be sports and things like that, but he's able to kind of speak more in depth as he can, as he couldn't on First Take. Situation that happened with Cameron, the rapper Cameron, and Melissa Ford, where Cameron was on his show. He has a sports show called "It Is What It Is," and he and the rapper Mace, they was talking about their sescapades rather, back in 1992, and they were saying like that they was in a casa, and they ended up, hooking up with some chicks or whatever. And then Melissa Ford just came out of pocket and was like, "Hey, like, I wonder if these women were, of age." And Cameron was like, "Yo, like, how could you be so irresponsible to say something like that, especially in these days and times?" The thing about it is, man, is that the women in the West, they don't give a fuck about us. For the most part, they don't. They focus on doing them. They go to school and they think because they got a degree, and with that degree, school costs money. So they've accumulated debt, they have a bad attitude, and they have outlandish reasons for ghosting men or not wanting to be with men. And they think that they have all the time in the world. Ladies, winter is here. It has been coming. It's snowing. It's frosty. Men continue to become the best versions of yourself. Get your passport. Move. Acquire resources. network with people. If you happen to find a quality woman in the States, that's great. That's good for you. But any man that I have given a consultation to, I always advise them if they're looking for a long-term relationship, or even if they, just want to casually date, do it abroad. It's less stress on your life, man. Because these women will stress you out and chew you up and spit you out and not give a fuck, man. It's unfortunate. So really unfortunate. Let me get to the super chat. Shout out to my man Calvin King. Yo, this year alone, I had 4 big head calls, and a Dominican who became a divorcee with 2 kids after 10 years, a former Japanese fashion model, a post-wall dancer, and a married woman with baby rabies. Hey man, go ahead and do your thing, man. Shout out to Guarded Scientists. I see you. Oh yeah, the Zenith. Yes, the Zenith. Yeah, the Wall TV. Facts. They was going crazy for the Zeniths, man. 2008 crash was crazy, and 2028 was crazy too. Absolutely, man. He had Britney Spears moment as he did it again. I think he's talking about me, but I caught it. I caught it. Will, don't worry. Okay, black women are monetarily incentivized to destroy the family unit. Without destroy family culture, the black community will remain in shambles. But they don't want to listen. No, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. And at this point, man, it's not even just black women. I know, like, black women has been the focal point of Dre's talking point, and I agree with that. But it's not even just black women anymore, man. You got Ling Ling and Mary Lou and Pooja. Like, yo, like they all think they shit don't stink, bro. They all think that, man. And it's crazy. And it's crazy. And you still have some men who pander and who will give the shirt off their back, but those women won't give a fuck about you. I'm telling you. Men, you need to save yourselves and do what is in the best interest of you. Because here's what happens. At the end of the day, no one will save you. In North America, do you know how many homeless shelters there are for men? One. Only one. That's in between the United States and Canada. One homeless shelter for men. Do what you got to do, man. And stay on your purpose. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. This is Kings and Dreams. I will be back tomorrow. Special guest, my man Jamie Woods. We're going to be talking about his experience, traveling through Eastern Europe. So we're going to keep this thing going, man. And then on Thursday, got a collaboration with my man, No Reservations. So we got a good one, man. We got a good week coming up. So definitely make sure that y'all tuned in. I appreciate all the super chats, all the cash apps. Thank you so much. Y'all know how to reach me for consultations and things like that. It's Kings and Dreams on all platforms. Stay purposely purposeful, and I'm out. Peace.